assembled here today for the solemn and consequential purpose of administering the oath of United States citizenship to 32 applicants who have met all the requirements established by law to become citizens of the United States. Before I proceed, I ask that you please stand for the presentation of colors by the McDowell High School Color Guard.
Color iron. Halt. Post. Color. Order. Color. Post. Order. March.
Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, the court recognizes Christian Tribble, Assistant United States Attorney for the Western District of Pennsylvania, who will offer the motion for the grant of citizenship to the applicants here this morning.
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning.
It is my pleasure to introduce 32 candidates for United States citizenship. They come from 16 countries of the world, including Argentina, Bhutan, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Canada, Congo, also known as Kinshasa, the Dominican Republic, Iraq, Mexico, Nepal, Palestine, Poland, Sudan, Turkey, Uganda, Ukraine, and Vietnam. Each person has voluntarily come forward to state his or her own personal declaration of independence from all former allegiances and loyalties, just as our forefathers did over 248 years ago. Each candidate is of good moral character, attached to the ideals and principles of the United States, and eligible in all respects for citizenship upon taking the prescribed oath of allegiance to the United States and its Constitution. Your Honor, the candidates for naturalization are now ready to take the oath of renunciation and citizenship, and I respectfully request on behalf of the U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Pennsylvania that those oaths be administered. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney Tribble. Your motion is granted, and I will hereby enter those oaths. Applicants, is the final step in your journey to citizenship. Our laws call upon you to take an oath. The oath has two parts. First is the oath of renunciation, followed by the oath of allegiance. For the oath of renunciation, I will recite the oath, and at the conclusion, please say, "I do." Applicants, please stand and raise your right hand. I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, state, or sovereignty of whom or which I have heretofore been a subject or a citizen. Please state, "I do."
I do.
For the oath of allegiance, please repeat the following statements after me. That I will support and defend the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and the laws
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic.
foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith
For I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same.
and allegiance to the same.
That I will bear arms on behalf of the United States
On behalf of the United States,
when required by law.
when required by law.
That I will perform non-combatant service
Perform non-combatant service
in the armed forces of the United States
in the armed forces of the United States,
when required by law.
when required by law.
That I will perform work of national importance
Perform work of national importance
under civilian direction
in civilian direction,
when required by law.
when required by law.
And that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help me God.
So help me God.
I am pleased to welcome and congratulate each of you as new citizens of the United States of America. I would now ask that everyone please stand and as we pledge allegiance to our flag, led by Preacher Michael.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please place your right hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, we will now play a video that was created by Joshua Edwards, a ninth grader from Odessa High School in Townsend, Delaware. He is the winner of the Court's Community and Rule of Law Committee's video contest. We've determined that his video titled, Importance of American Democracy, will be played at all naturalization ceremonies throughout our entire judicial district for 1 year. Our circuit includes all of the federal courts in Pennsylvania, Delaware, New Jersey, and the Virgin Islands.
Making the right decision that's best for everybody in the majority.
Democracy is knowing that you're able to use your voice.
So democracy to me means that the people of the country have the right to vote whoever they want. They should be the ones not to run the country per se, but to elect the people that they think would do best to run the country for them. Their opinions matter the most. They have the opinions, the people they want are the ones who are supposed to filter them and to make that happen for the better of the country.
To me, democracy means equality and freedom for all people, and just treat people with respect, no matter who they are.
Democracy to me is equality for all, equity for all, just expressing our freedoms, utilizing our freedoms, just letting the resources that we are able to have in this country, and just moving forward progressively together.
Democracy is a form of government where people get to decide who has all the power by voting.
American democracy is more than our government making policies and enforcing laws. American democracy also means hope of a better life. American democracy is the model for the world. Democracy is so important because what it basically says is that people have a say in what happens in their government. We get to vote and hold those people we vote for accountable. But more importantly, in a world with democracy, means that our religious rights and rights to privacy and other fundamental rights are protected. The right to vote is probably the one aspect of democracy that we all know about. Voting gives citizens the opportunity to shape who leads us as the local, state, and the national level. This is why you might hear people say things like, if you don't vote then, don't complain. Or people say, like, your vote matters, because it does. Democracy is also about protecting our human rights and making sure that we live in a world where equality is important. Democracy guarantees that every individual, regardless of race, gender, or background, has a voice. This is vital for a fair and equitable society. Also, democracy provides a platform for peaceful change through things like free speech and the right to assemble. Citizens can express their views and advocate for change. American democracy is also important on a global scale. By promoting democratic values in other countries, the United States helps to foster peace and cooperation among nations. I know when you watch the news, it may seem like it's not working, but when we look back on our history, it is. Countries come together to fight for human rights, to help poor nations, to uphold international laws, to give attention to the world, help, and to even make sure global tourism is successful. However, democracy is not self-sustaining. It requires active participation from all of us. We must engage in the political process, stay informed, and advocate for the things that we believe are right and fair. As students, we can do our part by getting involved in clubs and in organizations that bring different people together and that allow us to learn from each other. When we do this, we are making sure that democracy remains in place for the future generations to come. Whether you're 15 like me or older, it's important to remember that American democracy is a gift. It empowers us to protect our rights and promote peace and prosperity. Let's not take democracy for granted.
Thank you, Sam. I would now like to welcome the Honorable Joseph Schumber, the Mayor of the City of Erie, to offer his remarks to our new citizens.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to America. Welcome to Erie, Pennsylvania. Erie is my hometown. I was born and raised here. Now it is also your hometown. I hope you'll enjoy it. It's really my honor to be here to welcome all of you. This is my favorite event every month. I believe that each one of you brings something very special and unique that will make Erie better than we are without you. America is really a nation of immigrants and refugees. Here in Erie, we welcome new immigrants and refugees coming here. In fact, everyone in this room is either an immigrant or refugee or the descendant of immigrants and refugees, including me. My grandparents came here from Sicily on my dad's side and Ireland on my mom's side. Being here with you today, as you all became new Americans, makes me feel close to my grandparents who went through the same things all of you went through. And just think, someday, one of your descendants, or I think one of you, could be mayor of Erie also. So don't be concerned if you look or sound a little different. Diversity is our greatest strength. We highly value diversity here in Erie. The more diversity we have, the more ideas we have, and the better future we have. So to feel valued and accepted for who you are and the special talents each of you bring to the city of Erie is very, very important. Diversity is Erie's greatest strength. I really believe that. I'd like to introduce you to 4 members of my team over at City Hall who are here with me. First is Saeed Taraki, and next is Kyle Hannon on the other end. And then we have Mary Scatella, and trying to find the third one. Mary Mari Holman. Thank you very much, Mari. Appreciate it. So I wanted to take a moment and tell you about something you're going to be getting when you come up to get your swearing in. We have at City Hall, we have these pens. Every other time they light up, and basically, I'm looking at the wrong ones. I have two sets of pens. That's not the one I want to tell you about. That's in this pocket. So as you can see, there's 5 different colors. And when you press the back, they do light up. And it says, "Welcome to America. Welcome to Erie, Pennsylvania. Create a great future for you and your family." And it has my name, Mayor Joe Schumber. So you'll each get one of these. And I do have these 5. If you want to exchange for a different color, we could do that afterwards too. Thank you. And now I want you to know this. As U.S. citizens, there are 5 things you can do now that you couldn't do a half hour ago before you were sworn in. So they are, first, you can apply for a U.S. passport that can serve as your official proof of citizenship. And the next speaker will give you will help you with that. Second, sponsor family members to come here to the United States. You can now, if you still have family members back where you came from, they can come over. Update your Social Security record. That's important. Obtain a certificate of citizenship for any children you may have who are under age 18. If they're under age 18, they can be sworn in now that you're sworn in. And most important thing I have to say today is this: register to vote. If you can get that done today, that would be great. The packet you'll receive has all the documents you need in it. And Mary Coleman is here from the League of Women Voters, and she'll be here to help you with that as well. So I'd really encourage you to try to register to vote today so you can vote in the next election, which will be in November. So also, if you want to, we're going to take a photo of all of you together once this is over. If you want individual photos with me or the judge or any of us, please, we'll be happy to do that as well. So again, welcome to America. Welcome to Erie, Pennsylvania. It's great to have all of you here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Schember. I now welcome Mary Coleman, who will speak on behalf of the Erie chapter of the League of Women Voters.
Good morning and welcome and congratulations. I'm with the League of Women Voters of Erie County, and our participation there is an organization that was founded over 100 years ago, and it was intended to gain the rights to vote for women. And since then, it phased into encouraging women and teaching women how to become active citizens and participation in voting. Now our mission is more to defend democracy and encourage everybody to be informed voters, and that's why we're here today. We want to assist you in any way we can to register to vote, to answer any questions you have regarding your new rights, and we also welcome you as to become members of the League of Women Voters to learn more about the processes and how to become more active in your government. Once again, I welcome you and congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Coleman. And now it is my privilege to add my congratulations to you. This event is a high point for those of us in the court that have the privilege to preside over these ceremonies. It is a joyous time for everyone in the courtroom because the receipt of United States citizenship is such a precious possession. I would like to welcome you and extend the thanks of the court to you and those persons and organizations that have contributed to this ceremony. Citizenship is a priceless heritage growing out of the struggles of people like you who have come here from all over the world, building this country into the wonderful place that it is. Most Americans receive their citizenship as a right of their birth, but all of you are very special because you made the choice to become a citizen of this country and then worked so very hard to achieve your goal. Getting to this day has required many steps, waiting, study, and examination, and all while working to provide for yourselves and your families. But by virtue of your experience in achieving citizenship, you will always place a special value on it because of the many sacrifices you made to obtain it. Those of us fortunate enough to have been born here prize our citizenship as well, especially when we recall the struggles of our ancestors to free this country as an independent nation, or in my case, my father's and grandparents' travels from poverty to new hope and a new world. As new citizens, right now you are very aware of all of the rights and powers a citizen has afforded to them by the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, including your freedom of speech, freedom of religion, the right to vote, and the right to own property. You must never forget that along with those rights come tremendous responsibilities. the duty to vote, the duty to serve on juries, and the duty to respect and tolerate the views of your fellow citizens. The previous speakers today have discussed your right to vote, so I would like to expand a little on your duty to serve on juries. Our individual freedom is of great importance in America, and as you know, the Constitution protects any restrictions on our right to liberty. Jury trials are a great example of the Constitution's safeguards on our right to liberty, and we depend on citizens like you in order to ensure that accused individuals can have a fair trial comprised of a jury of their peers. I hope that if any of you are called to serve on a jury, you remember the important role it serves in our Constitution, and you take that responsibility seriously and support the integrity of our community's legal system by serving as a juror if you are so called. America is what it is in large part because of people like you. This country is unique among nations. It has achieved its greatness as a nation because it is a patchwork of people from other countries with different backgrounds, cultures, religious beliefs, and ideas. All immigrants have contributed in some way to the richness, strength, spirit, and vitality of America, and that's what makes America so great. President Ronald Reagan, in a speech made on January 19, 1989, observed, "We lead the world because, unique among nations, we draw our people, our strength, from every country and every corner of the world. And by doing so, we continuously renew and enrich our nation. While other countries cling to the stale past, here in America, we breathe life into dreams. We create the future, and the world follows us into tomorrow. Thanks to each wave of new immigrants to this land of opportunity, we're a nation forever young, forever bursting with energy and new ideas, and always on the cutting edge, always leading the world to the next frontier. This quality is vital to our future as a nation." I echo President Reagan's opinion and believe that it's the dreams of immigrants like you that built America and who continue to inject new energy, new vitality, and new strength, making the United States of America the greatest place in the world to live, work, and raise a family, all because of the endless possibilities it has to offer. As citizens, you also now serve as guardians of the freedoms and liberties upon which this country was founded. It is a great responsibility. It is our common duty as citizens to protect our freedoms and liberties and to promote the values of inclusivity and diversity that make this country a special place, one admired throughout the world. Indeed, we all share a sacred duty as citizens to ensure that our government, of the people, by the people, and for the people, shall endure and continue for those who follow us. This is a very special day for you, a time of great excitement, and I'm proud and honored to be part of it. On behalf of all the judges in the court for the Western District of Pennsylvania, and especially the bankruptcy judges, congratulations. I would like to recognize and acknowledge the hard work and efforts of the staff of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Office that are here with us today. Thank you so very much for your hard work. I would now invite Attorney Traybold and Mayor Schemberg and Ms. Coleman to join the Naturalization Services in the pit to congratulate the new citizens as they receive their certificates. Let's go. Let's do this. I'll do it at the end. Once you start.
Olga Brianna Borisenko from Ukraine.
Congratulations.
Irina Vitasheva from Ukraine. Ibiza from Mexico.
Congratulations.
Anita Rai from Nepal.
Congratulations.
Wimana Malaka from Congo, Kinshasa. Pihuin Limu Chimbati from Argentina.
Congratulations, that's great news.
David Darling Kaduri from Canada.
Congratulations.
Peter Zbigniew Zawaskalski from Poland. Rania Sheikh Ahmed from Palestine.
Congratulations.
Manuel Esteban Miranda Garcia from Dominican Republic. Galina Molina from Ukraine.
So wonderful.
Yes, it is. Congratulations.
Victoria Soto from Ukraine. Yuliana Tilkin from Ukraine.
Thank you so much.
It's not you. Congratulations.
Sushma Archara from Nepal.
Thank you.
Genoveva Montes Vargas from Mexico. Midhat soldiers from Bosnia and Herzegovina. Suk Maya Taman from Bhutan. Rishna Lilies Tamang from Bhutan. Hussein Rafia Jassim Al Muhaddan from Iraq. Catherine Cardinal from Canada. Lakuman Gurung from Bhutan. Rupa Gurung from Bhutan. Hadija Hawa from Uganda. Amna Abdul Ghaffar Galdahab Saeed from Sudan. Apareen Furkan Tuzanir from Turkey. Yuri Kakar from Ukraine.
You look young. Oh my gosh.
Congratulations and welcome.
And Jana Tamang from Bhutan.
Congratulations.
Sheku Dolma Bhaktan from Bhutan. Miguel from Vietnam.
Congratulations, we're happy to have you.
Bakhta Bahadur Tamang from Bhutan.
Congratulations.
Nima Tamang from Bhutan.
Get your flag.
Congratulations.
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 Very good. Well, congratulations, everyone. If everyone could please stand while we retire the colors.
Forward. Arch. Hold.
I would like to sincerely thank the McDowell High School Color Guard for their services today. Let's all please give them a round of applause. I'd like to remind you that there's a reception for everyone. The attendance today is sponsored by Mercyhurst University in the Jury Assembly Room, which is the first floor, room A, downstairs 120. These proceedings are now concluded. Congratulations once again, and if you'd like to come forward to we're going to take a group photo, and if you'd like individual photos, we can do that as well.